Greetings, seekers of the unknown, and welcome to this realm of revelations and mysteries. Today, we will venture down less trodden paths, exploring secrets that defy conventional understanding. Before we delve into this enigma, allow me to share a maxim that will guide our journey. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. These words, steeped in esoteric meaning, remind us that true will is the key to unraveling the fabric of the universe. On this channel, we will embark together on a quest for hidden truths, challenging the boundaries of the known. This is a space for those yearning for self-knowledge, for the courageous who wish to plunge into the abyss of understanding. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss out on upcoming revelations and share your reflections in the comments below. Here, we will build a community of esoteric explorers, sharing our experiences and learning from one another. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. May these words resonate in your minds as we unveil together the secrets that lie beyond the veil of reality. May this journey be filled with discoveries and enlightenment. Let us then enter the realms of the unknown. This is our sanctuary of hidden wisdom. Welcome to the eternal quest for truth. At the heart of Gnostic narratives lies a profound and disturbing story. To understand Yaldabaoth, we must first delve into the origins of Gnosticism, an ancient philosophical and religious movement that flourished in the early centuries of the Christian era. Derived from the Greek term Gnosis, meaning knowledge, Gnosticism seeks an esoteric and deep understanding of divinity and reality, believing that this secret knowledge can liberate souls from the prison of the material world. Long suppressed by dominant voices, Gnosticism flourished in the early centuries of the Christian era, offering an alternative and esoteric perspective on divinity and reality. However, these ideas were considered dangerous by religious authorities, leading to relentless persecution that sought to erase their existence. For centuries, Gnostic teachings remained hidden until in 1945, an Egyptian farmer discovered the Nag Hammadi library. Buried in the sands of time, these ancient manuscripts revealed Gnostic texts that shed new light on these forgotten mysteries, including Gospels and writings that were suppressed by the dominant orthodoxy. According to Gnostic mythology, the universe was not forged by a god full of wisdom and goodness, but by Yaldabaoth, an imperfect and arrogant entity. In the depths of the Pleroma, the realm of divine fullness, Sophia, one of the emanations of the Supreme Being, the monad, in her desire to understand the unknowable, generated Yaldabaoth without the consent of the other divine entities. This solitary act resulted in an imperfect creation full of ignorance. Isolated and unaware of his true origin, Yaldabaoth proclaimed himself the supreme god. With his limited knowledge, he shaped the material world, our reality, full of imperfections and suffering. Assuming the role of the Demiurge, he created the Archons, beings who govern aspects of the physical world and keep souls trapped in material illusion, distancing them from their true divine essence. Unlike other creation narratives, where the creator is benevolent, the Gnostic myth presents a striking contrast, a universe created by a flawed being, highlighting the constant tension between the material and the spiritual. This perspective challenges our understanding of reality, inviting us to seek hidden truths beyond the tangible. Yaldabaoth is often depicted as a serpent with a lion's head, a symbol of power and corruption. His arrogance and ignorance make him a tyrannical ruler, keeping humanity under a veil of illusions. The Archons, his servants, reinforce this domination by influencing and manipulating human perception to keep it away from the Gnostic knowledge that could set it free. But how do we escape this labyrinth of deception? Gnostic teachings offer a path. Through the pursuit of secret knowledge Gnosis, we can awaken to our true divine nature. This awakening requires deep introspection, overcoming the illusions imposed by the Demiurge and his Archons. It is a journey back to the Pleroma, reconnecting with fullness and light. Under the veil of ages, different Gnostic paths intertwine, each revealing unique facets of the search for hidden truth. Let's take a look at some of them. Founded by Valentinus in the 2nd century, this Gnostic school is one of the most prominent and influential. The Valentinians developed a complex cosmology where the Pleroma is inhabited by 30 aeons, pairs of divine entities emanating from the supreme monad. Sophia's fall and the subsequent creation of the material world by Yaldabaoth are central to their teachings. They emphasize the importance of inner knowledge for salvation and believed that only a spiritual elite could attain full Gnosis. This tradition centers on the figure of Seth, the third son of Adam and Eve, regarded by the Sethians as the progenitor of a special spiritual lineage. They viewed Seth as a savior and bearer of wisdom, destined to guide humanity back to the Pleroma. Their texts deeply explore Gnostic cosmology, the nature of divinity, and the structure of celestial and material realms. Founded by Basilides of Alexandria, this Gnostic lineage developed a complex cosmology involving 365 heavens, each governed by an order of angels. Basilides taught that salvation came through the secret knowledge revealed by Christ, who was not seen as a human being but as a divine manifestation who did not truly suffer on the cross but only appeared to suffer. The name derives from Ophis, a Greek word for serpent. The Ophites revered the serpent as a symbol of wisdom and enlightenment, reinterpreting the Garden of Eden narrative. For them, the serpent was the bearer of knowledge that would liberate humanity from the ignorance imposed by the Demiurge. Their rituals and symbols were deeply tied to the serpent as an emblem of revelation. Following the teachings of Marcion of Sinope, although not always strictly classified as Gnostic, they shared similar ideas. Marcion proposed a radical distinction between the God of the Old Testament, seen as a vengeful demiurge, and the loving God revealed by Jesus Christ. He completely rejected Hebrew scriptures and created his own canon, emphasizing divine grace and love. Founded by Mani in the 3rd century, this syncretic tradition combined elements of Gnosticism, Christianity, Zoroastrianism, and Buddhism. Manichaeism presented a cosmic dualism between the realms of light and darkness, with humanity trapped in the struggle between these forces. Salvation was achieved through knowledge and ascetic practice, freeing the inner light from the material prison. A Gnostic tradition that survives today in small communities in the Middle East. Mandaeans refer to John the Baptist as their main prophet and emphasize purification rituals through water. Their detailed cosmology describes a series of celestial worlds and luminous beings, and the human soul is seen as a divine spark seeking to return to the realm of light. In the 20th century, Gnosticism found new expression through the teachings of Samael Aun Weor, the pseudonym of Victor Manuel Gómez Rodriguez. Born in Colombia in 1917, Samael founded the Universal Gnostic movement, seeking to revitalize and make esoteric knowledge accessible to the contemporary public. His syncretic approach integrates elements from various spiritual traditions. Each of these Gnostic lines offers a unique path through the labyrinth of existence, revealing different aspects of the spiritual journey toward the divine. While they all share the idea of a material world created by an imperfect being, the narratives vary in detail. The number of aeons, the nature of the Archons, and the stories of entities like Sophia and Yaldabaoth differ among traditions. The ways in which salvation is achieved, soteriology or the doctrine of salvation, also vary. Some schools emphasize esoteric knowledge, while others highlight ascetic practices, specific rituals, or the intervention of savior figures. Rituals could include baptisms, sacred meals, hymns, and invocations. Each line had its own texts and gospels, many of which were discovered in Nag Hammadi. These writings offer distinct views on the nature of God, the universe, and the human soul. During the early centuries, the Gnostics faced intense persecution. Their ideas, considered heretical by emerging religious authorities, threatened the developing Christian orthodoxy. Texts were burned, and followers of Gnosticism were silenced or expelled. But the flame of hidden knowledge was never entirely extinguished. Moving forward to the Middle Ages, we find the Cathars, a group that flourished in southern France and parts of Italy. Also known as Albigensians, the Cathars shared beliefs similar to those of the ancient Gnostics. They promoted a dualistic Christianity, believing in two fundamental principles: a good and spiritual God and an evil principle responsible for creating the material world. For them, the physical world was a prison, and the human soul sought to return to the spiritual realm of light. This view directly challenged the doctrine of the Catholic Church, which saw the material world as the creation of a benevolent God. Considered heretics, the Cathars became the target of the Albigensian Crusade in the 13th century, a military campaign launched by the Church to eradicate heresy in southern France. The conflict was brutal and relentless, resulting in massacres and the near-total destruction of the Cathars. The famous phrase, "Kill them all, God will know his own," echoes the severity of this persecution. The story of Yaldabaoth and the Demiurge is not merely an ancient myth, but a powerful metaphor for the human condition. It represents the internal struggle between ignorance and wisdom, the ego and the divine essence. It invites us to question appearances, challenge the structures that imprison us, and seek the truth hidden deep within ourselves. The moral of the story: no truth remains hidden forever. For if the sands of time can topple mountains, what can be said of walls of lies? And so, dear ones, we conclude our journey through the intricate layers of Gnosticism, where the quest for Gnosis challenges each illusion crafted by Yaldabaoth and his Archons. May this knowledge serve as a beacon for those who dare to question the apparent reality and turn inward to the profound mystery of the Spirit. It's not merely a matter of ancient memories or lost legends, but an invitation to inner revelation, where each soul finds the hidden map to escape the invisible chains imposed by the Demiurge. With gratitude for your company, I close this transmission with a nod to the channel Aleister Crowley's diary, where together we continue unveiling the veils of the unknown. Until our next meeting on the path of the occult. As we conclude this journey through the veils of knowledge, allow me to share one last reflection before we part ways. Love is the law, love under will. These transcendental words resonate in the essence of our existence, a constant reminder that even in the shadows of the unknown, the power of love is the light that guides our path. The pursuit of truth, the exploration of mysteries, all of it is permeated by the fabric of love, intricately woven with our deepest will. As you venture forth on your own journeys, may love be your compass and will, your flame. I thank you for sharing this time in this sanctuary of wisdom. May the revelations we've uncovered together inspire you to continue your quest for knowledge and truth. Until our next encounter in the corridors of mystery, may love and will always be with you.